is Sandy.
And I'm Rocio.
And we are Konnect Solutions Vocational Counseling Services. We're a vocational counseling company here in the state of California that supports injured workers with their vocational voucher. And we wanted to take a moment of our time to explain a little bit how this voucher process works. I know that you're currently probably in the process, and it can be a little challenging to understand every step of the way of what's going on. So we figured we'd take a moment and just share just the steps of how the voucher works.
So if you've been injured on the job and you file a claim, it's called a workers' compensation claim. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going through the process of seeing medical doctors. They're going to be trying to find out exactly where you were injured. And if after you see your doctor and they diagnose you as injured on the job and you are no longer able to return to the same position that you were working at, they will provide you with a voucher.
So when you get injured, you're going to receive a vocational voucher. Obviously not everybody qualifies, but we'll get to that point. So you'll receive a vocational voucher of $6,000. And that voucher is divided into 4 portions. The first part of the voucher is $500 for miscellaneous. You can use that for uniforms, gas, transportation, just things of that nature. And there's a list of items that are listed on the voucher. The second portion of the voucher is for $1,000. Which is, or up to $1,000 for a purchase of equipment, correct?
Yes.
So they can get like a laptop, desktop, printer, etc. And once you have made your purchase, you could use a service like us where we'll submit the receipts to the insurance company, and the insurance company will send you a reimbursement for up to $1,000. The third portion of the voucher is $3,900, and that portion is for education. And that's where we come into the picture, where we support you in finding the right fit for you for retraining of some sort. Or if you don't want to go through a training for any vocation, maybe you have a hobby or something that can support you in your day-to-day life. So we'll go through the process of just doing an analysis and trying to find what works based on your injury, your work experience, your knowledge of computers and the English language. The fourth portion is for us to bill the insurance company for our services. That is the only portion that we have access to, and the insurance company pays us directly. The injured worker does not pay us out of their pocket. We use the voucher specifically to get the payment for our services. So that's how the voucher is divided into 4 portions. Now, not everybody qualifies for that benefit, but Rocio, can you explain to them who would qualify to get this benefits to them?
Yes, I would. So when you receive your voucher, you have up to 1 year to apply for this Return to Work Supplement program. That means it's a check of $5,000 that comes in the mail within 60 to 75 days to your mailing address. It takes about 5 minutes to apply, and no one should be charging for that process. Now, if you do not get that money, you can also contact the state and they will be able to advise you on what to do. That voucher also has an expiration date to use for the benefits. Usually it's 2 years from the proof of service or 5 years from the date of injury, whichever one is the longest. So if you are injured on the job and you go to the doctors and you let them know that you were injured and that you were injured on the job, there will be a claim filed that's called a workers' compensation claim. Now, after they do that, you'll start visiting doctors, chiropractors, etc., depending on the injury. After the injury, they will diagnose you and see if you qualify for a voucher, the supplemental job displacement non-transferable voucher. I know it sounds long, but we call it the voucher. It is a 6-page form that comes in the mail, usually after you've settled your case. Now, as Sandy mentioned, you use it towards computer reimbursement, $500, and training. Along with that, if you were injured after the year 2013, January 1st, you are also entitled to a $5,000 benefit from the state of California. That we can assist you in applying for, or you can apply for yourself online.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that's a free service that we provide, right?
That's correct, Sandy.
Yeah, okay.
And if anybody is out there charging, that is definitely a big no-no.
Now, the return to work benefit from the state, does that have an expiration date?
There is an expiration date. So after you receive that letter, you have 1 year from the date that the letter has on the page 6 of the voucher, which is called the proof of service. And that's only for 1 year. So if you do not apply within that 1 year, you will not qualify. There are some circumstances, especially now with the pandemic, where the state of California has allotted three more months. So you have
there's like a somewhat of an extension.
There's somewhat of an extension.
Okay.
So for those that have missed their grace period, take advantage of it now so that you can get that $5,000 that usually comes to you in the mail within 60 to 75 days.
I have a question though, as far as taxes purposes, do they have to report this for tax purposes, or does it affect them in any way with Social Security or taxes, things of that nature?
No, it absolutely doesn't. We've confirmed with the state of California about these funds, and it is not taxable.
Okay. Now, the $5,000 benefit that they get from the state, is it to be used for a specific purpose, or can they use it at their discretion for whatever they need?
The $5,000 is theirs to keep, and they may use it as they wish.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So then, in addition to the $6,000 voucher, the injured worker gets $5,000 from the state. So essentially, they get $11,000. So you get $11,000 to assist you through this part of your journey.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you find the appropriate counseling service, friend, relative that's willing to assist you in the process. But most of all, make sure that you take care of getting all those benefits, and that's what we're here to do.
Now, well, thank you so much for taking the time to hear us, and we would like to be your provider to support you with your vocational voucher. But if you do not use this, please make sure that you make use of it. This is a great benefit that your attorney fought so hard for you to attain, and this is rightfully yours. This is a benefit that, you know, will help you in your future and for your family as well. So make use of it. And as I said, if you don't use our service, which we would love you to, make sure you use it. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that can be of support.